Good evening and salutations, my Beyond the Gates fans. This review is going to be a little different because it's mostly off the cuff. Well, I mean, it's pretty much all off the cuff because I didn't bother to sit there and write a single goddamn note. I mean, it was just for a couple of reasons. I think mostly it had to do with the fact if I was going to do a review at all. But there's certain things that we need to talk about, okay? And I have this weird, strange theory that may cause World War Five, but I don't think it's true because, all right. Well, let me explain this. I'm gonna start off by saying that Ashley and Derek has possibly, well, the worst story. Well, they actually have the worst storyline in this show, right? They have the worst storyline in this show. Now, I'm not gonna sit there and say it's true, but part of me feels like I don't know. I don't know how to sit there and put it, but there's been times in soap operas when they will give some of the black characters the worst storylines ever imaginable. Hell, I mean, we can sit there and look at Kai and Trina on General Hospital, and no one cares about their story, right? Remember the last time that Carter actually had a good story? Yeah, me either. Carter and Zende, and Carter sent to try to hit on Zende to get her, just to leave her, right? Like, what was even the point of that? And now you have Derek and Ashley having like the worst storyline possible. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. Like the show is, well, predominantly a black show. And the producers is the NAACP. Just saying, kind of feels a little revengey. I'm not obviously. I don't fully think like that because you do have Joey and Vanessa, and they have good stories. So I'm not gonna sit there and say it's totally true. I'm just kind of putting that out there, like just a little kind of off, right? Just saying. Um, and we'll start off with those two, okay? Because I was watching it yesterday, watching it today, and even yesterday or the day before, it seemed like they were just making up shit to like they were looking for trouble when there was none there. Okay, and then this all started off because she was like, "Hey, you want to sit there and go see that new movie?" And he was like, "Nah, I kind of have plans with the guys." Okay, it should have ended right there. You made plans, or you wanted to sit there and do something, and you have plans. Okay, we'll do some other time. But they made it all weird. They literally sat there and made it weird for no goddamn reason. Next thing you know, the bullshit they're talking to like Andre and Naomi about how they have this issue where it's like they're being too nice to each other and they're kind of playing it safe and Naomi's like, well, if you continue to keep going this way, uh, nothing would happen because it's called life. Like, not everything has to be a goddamn problem, but that's what those two are making it. And so actually, at this point, it's not there thinking that Derek is going to dump him. And I had an idea of what Derek was going to sit there and do when he's not there talking to Naomi. He's like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Or are you sure? Do you need a guy friend or something like that?" Long story short, he wants to propose to her. So they to get together, and she's all like, "Oh, well, if he's going to dump me, then I'm going to make sure I look my prettiest." And then she starts acting weird. And there's a point where she's like, okay, well, if you're going to dump me, then you might as well just do it. Why you had to sit there and do it in a very nice place? He's like, what are you talking about? And it was something else. She was like, aren't you here to dump me? How did you become a nurse? That's my question. You have to sit there and take care of people. How is somebody with such little common sense? Long story short, he does propose to her, but the way the commercials are, they're just timed in this episode where it's like something's gonna happen, then it stops. Something's gonna happen, and then it stops. And it's like right as it's gonna happen. It's not like, okay, they're leaving it on a cliffhanger for you to sit there and think and whatever in your head. It's just like, no, that's them doing what they're doing. I'm like, this doesn't even really make a lot of sense. Okay. But like I said, he does propose to her. Um, okay, I cannot be the only person that's just kind of annoyed with Bill constantly kicking and screaming and whining like a little man child, okay? And he keeps doing this to, to the doctor, Montgomery, whatever her name is, or Morgan, or not Mona, something with an M. It's just a constant whining with him. Oh, I'm going to get out of here. Can I just sit there and bribe my way out of it? Maybe if you just shut up and just do the damn PT, you'd be out a lot faster. For such this alpha male, whatever, you sure do cry and whine like a little bitch. Okay? I'm not even going to sit there and try to sugarcoat that. That's what you are constantly doing, and it is fucking annoying. It is annoying. Like, I like Bill because he's a messy character and he's fun and everything like that, but my goodness, you're getting on my last goddamn nerves. Stop. Anyway, Haley sits there and shows him a slideshow of their life and her baby, which, I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to say I don't believe it, but like, girl, you can't even sit there and take a test to prove it. Right? We know nothing. We know next to nothing with you. Could be lying for we know. Now Danny is at the hospital, and she's coming from Chelsea and Chelsea and Kat, and they're talking about their bullshit purse business and everything, and Tomas is there for a little bit to sit there and help him move, and then he leaves. Then he goes over to Bill's to sit there and give him his papers and everything like that so he can work. And surprisingly, Haley's actually happy about that. Which is weird because last time she wasn't, but she's happy until Danny comes in there and Danny's like, nah, you can't be sitting there working. Like, what are you doing? Turn on some lights. Can't be working. Can't be doing all this. Like, what's going on? Or was this before or after? Oh, this was before. I don't remember when the hell this was. Oh, Thomas left, I think, and then this is what happens when you don't write notes. Anyway, Danny comes in there, and they talk about Chelsea and everything, and you could just tell that Haley's being so upset. I'm like, girl, you know damn well that they have kids and that she's gonna sit there and talk about her kids, whatever with him. Like, why are you acting like you were like you new to this shit? You knew exactly what you signed up for. Why are you sitting there acting like this for? It's so annoying and so petty, and it comes across as so insecure. It's like, girl, stop. Part of me, I'm not gonna lie, part of me sits there and looks at her. I'm like, you didn't sit there and get those things. You didn't get those damn implants to sit there and come across as this insecure. Stop. Like, seriously. She's still calling the people that watch her live streams Chelsers. I can't. And she's talking to that doctor chick and flirting with her and just doing it in the most cringiest ways and the lines that she uses. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's not like the actress really pulls off the whole acting thing, so it's like it just makes everything, it makes almost every scene that she does so much more difficult to watch. God damn, girl. I mean, nothing against the actress as a person, but like, and people keep saying, but she's new, but she's new, but she's new. I am so fucking sick and tired of that goddamn excuse. So what? Because she's new, we just have to what? We have to suffer through a year in the hope that she gets better? Come on. I just like I don't generally try to attack actors or anything like that, but like her acting ability is not there, right? And I don't understand why we gotta sit there and be subjected to more scenes with her with her bad acting. I mean, it's already bad enough that we're practically sitting there dealing with this vapid social media influencer that always uses the most cringiest dialogue possible. But now we got to do all that, a bullshit story, on top of the fact that she can't act. It's kind of starting to be like a chore with this woman. Oh, and then you have Martin. And there's been this guy that has been following Martin around in a couple of different episodes that I kept forgetting to talk about. But it does happen in today's episode. Martin is not there talking to Vernon about, you know, the dreams and everything like that. What color's your money? I think that's what he said. Or something like that. And talking to Nicole and how much did he tell her, and Vernon's upset, and Vernon's like, we gotta keep this between me and you. I know that you're having issues, but you gotta talk to me about it. We try and keep this family secret a secret. And then towards the end, when he leaves to go take a phone call, the guy gets behind this man's ear and it's like, what color's your money? Or something like that. And you see in the next scene, it's like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, why are you in my face and saying that, you know? Why would you say some shit like that for? Anyway, it's like, aren't you supposed to be incognito and you gonna sit there and get behind this man's ear and start whispering and shit? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, that doesn't even make any damn sense, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Part of me just kind of stopped trying to make. Well, I can't sit there and say it. Anyway, I just don't get why he would do that. Oh, and then Andre comes in. Andre says something, and the girls, cause you know they're using Danny's space or whatever, and Andre just walks on in like, "Hey, girl, da 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 da." I'm like, bro, you do realize that she has a daughter, right? She has two daughters. Why would you just walk on in like that? Anyway, he sit there like, what are you talking about? They talk for a little bit. He does make it clear, like, whoa. First of all, we're not actually family like that, because you know I'm a Richardson and da 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 da, and you're this and I'm a that or whatever. Just to make it clear, like, whoa, we ain't blood connected, okay? And then he leaves, and they kind of figure out like, you know, Andre and Danny are hooking up. So, yeah. Anyway, now I feel like I'm done. Obviously, I'm not gonna do a live stream tonight, but I'm gonna try to watch B&B tonight, and then the only thing I have left to watch is The Young and the Restless. So for the members, I'll be back tomorrow, and then for everybody else, I'll be back Monday, and you know, or that week Monday, depending on what I'm doing, what time I'm getting off, and everything like that. But next week, everything's gonna go back to normal, and you know how we're gonna sit there and do. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. If I missed anything, write it in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next video.